Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today, we discuss the Omega Seamaster Professional Planet Ocean 600 meter in 18 karat Sedna red gold. This 43.5mm timepiece represents the latest generation of the Planet Ocean, a master chronometer released as part of the fully refreshed 2016 Planet Ocean line. But the watch on my wrist with a presence that's luxurious and technically inspired, as well as a retail price of $24,200, doesn't feel like a Rolex deep sea rival. This feels more like a rival to the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak offshore diver, and I'm going to make my case that this watch is actually a more technically sophisticated and reasonably priced alternative to that weighty foe. So the timepiece is 43.5 millimeters in diameter, which is the new large size pure three-hand date Planet Ocean. And it's a thick watch as well, as every Planet Ocean is 16.2 millimeters thick with a sheer side. Lug to lug, it's fairly manageable. I have to say, 49 millimeters lug to lug keeps this watch in play for wrists as small as 14 to 14.5 centimeters in diameter. If your wrist is more oval than round, the lower limit might actually be 14. So if you got a 14 centimeter oval wrist, game on. Now the timepiece does feature a broad spacing of 21 millimeters between the lugs if you wish to accessorize with an aftermarket strap, but I recommend you keep a hold of this one because when the time comes to dress up your Planet Ocean, and this one certainly dresses up the business, you're going to want this combination of large rectangular scale navy blue alligator leather monotone stitch, and on its underside a supple blue-purple natural rubber that beautifully complements the ceramic of the bezel and the dial. The clasp is a full red gold clasp, and it is Sedna gold to match the case. There's a minderless system, and they thought of everything. There's a gusset sewn right into the strap so you can't gouge the holes, but you tuck everything underneath the clasp, and once closed, you'll find that there's no excess length flapping in the breeze and no minder loops. It's a very clean look. Moreover, not only is it red gold, but it's double finished with satin and polish, and it's a twin trigger release, so you have protection against accidental deployment, and it's a heavy clasp, so if you like to wear your watch loose, you have the weight of that clasp underneath to act like a keel to a sailboat and prevent that watch from moving around. It's nicely counterbalanced by its clasp. The case form is familiar to Speedmaster and Seamaster fans. Satin finished flanks and swelling polished bevels. Helium escape valve with a double knurling for easy use. You can actually open that one with a quick twist, and it's useful for saturation divers, but it's just a fun conversation starter for most of us who will never have to deal with either helium ingress or egress from our watch. The bezel is far easier to grip than on the Diver 300 meters, as it's finely knurled but sharply knurled, and you can get a purchase with ease. Wet, sweaty, or gloved hands, not a problem. Line up the luminescent pearl with the broad arrow minutes hand, and now you've got an impromptu 0 to 60 minute timer. I prefer this to a chronograph. It's simply easier to read. You have a combination of Ceragold, which is a gold that is co-moldable to ceramic, and then blue ceramic itself, the two designed to remain a piece, and the ceramic designed to resolutely resist scratches and scuffs as resolutely as a sapphire will do so. So effectively, it's going to remain just as scratch resistant as the sapphire. We're in a new world of ceramic bezels. The action is fairly refined. I would compare it to a Rolex. It's not chunky like a Doxa. The dial is all of ceramic, so you have all of the advantages here of enamel with none of the vulnerabilities of enamel. The timepiece has a ceramic dial that's designed to resist marks during watchmaking service, designed to resist tarnish, oxidation, and fade. That's what ceramic gives you. And you can see it's a beautiful polished blue purple that perfectly matches the ceramic of the bezel as well as the ceramic of the coloration of the leather and the rubber of the strap. This is something that Omega does just a bit better than Rolex, matching ceramic bezel color to dial color, and it helps that they're both the same material. Rose gold, and not plated but real rose gold, hands Omega marquee as well as hour indices and double Arabics. It's a beautifully balanced dial with the triple Arabics with the 9 o'clock Arabic numeral balancing out the date window, and the date window is minimalist. I like having that. For me, it's a practical inclusion, and I actually consider it a necessity on the watches I own. Now, the Crown is shielded from shearing, but it's not a conventional crown guard. It's just a little bit of overlap and countersink. The crown is sharply knurled and easy to grip. Pull it out all the way and you hack the seconds and you stop the seconds hand for precise synchronization. Pull it out to its intermediate setting position, and I actually have a system that allows you to set the hour hand independently, and you can see if you're crossing the international date line east or west, you can also manipulate the turn of the date in either direction without harming the watch. Of course, you also don't interrupt the timing of this master chronometer, and if you pull it all out, you can set it. But the timepiece does have that wonderful travel function built in. Now, the case back, the display case back, shows you Omega caliber 8901. Why not 8900? Well, the 8900 doesn't have a solid 18-karat rose gold, Sedna rose gold, bridge and rotor. Quick note about Sedna. It has a high percentage of copper to make it red and a high percentage of platinum to make it oxidation and fade proof. A lot of rose golds will fade over time to yellow. Rolex has its Ever Rose, and Sedna is effectively Omega's answer to that, so that's why it's called Sedna Gold. It's a different kind of fade-resistant alloy. Now, it's a full balance bridge with a free-sprung index for resistance to shock. It's adjusted and timed in 6 positions, not 5 like a chronometer. It meets all the COSC chronometer timing standards, but it's then cased up and subjected to 8 individual tests, including power reserve, anti-magnetism, water resistance, and yes, 6-position chronometry by Omega. That standard, invented by Omega and the Swiss Federal Institute of Metrology, is called METAS, and a METAS-certified Omega chronometer is a master chronometer. Silicon hairspring for anti-magnetism, 25,200 vibration per hour beat rate, twin mainspring barrels in parallel, 60-hour power reserve, and the timepiece does feature the coaxial escapement system invented by Dr. George Daniels and industrialized by Omega. I always call this the most advanced escapement you can buy for under $50,000, and I stand by that. It's a miracle of microengineering. You can see this one and make it yours. Water resistant to 600 meters, but likely just as stylish high and dry. Why spend $32,600 on a Royal Oak diver when you can own a more sophisticated and more durable watch for only $24,200 new and even less pre-owned? Make this one your choice on the Watchbox. Omega Seamaster Professional Planet Ocean set in a red gold. Anything but gold by night. See it by day on the Watchbox.